Hello, and welcome to the first of 4 videos and 4 newsletters to be published to support your child's transition from Year 6 to Year 7 at Corby Business Academy. My name is Mr. Hallam and I'm the head of Year 7, and I, alongside the Year 7 tutor team, will be supporting your child's first year at Corby Business Academy. This video forms part of our virtual transition and will aim to look at and break down school policies, key transition information, answer any frequently asked questions and introduce members of staff. I look forward to seeing you in September and working with you all. Along with school policies and key information, we'll be using this time to introduce key staff and the tutors. By the 4th episode, all of the tutor team will be introduced, and you'll receive information about which form or tutor group your child has been placed into. The first policy I would like to discuss is uniform. Students at CBA are expected to wear the correct uniform throughout the entire day. It's also important to make you aware of when your child's uniform will be checked throughout the day. Firstly, when they arrive at school, they'll be checked before they enter the building. This is to check any issues such as missing ties or incorrect shoes. They'll also be checked upon entry to every single classroom by their teacher. This is repeated at tutor time, where tutors will make a note of any missing items. They will then make contact home where necessary. Students will also be stopped and challenged as they walk through the academy by any member of staff. It is important that if any items of their uniform are lost or misplaced, that contact is made with school and replacements are made in a timely manner. To ensure that your child has the correct uniform to start their time at Corby Business Academy, the list is available on our school website, on the newsletter, and here on this slide. All our uniform is available from Chroma. The link is available on the school website as well as the weekly newsletter. On this slide is a breakdown of our uniform for both boys and girls. I will now highlight a couple of key areas. Firstly, trousers. For both boys and girls, black trousers only. No black jeans are allowed as uniform. For girls, non-fashion trousers and black trousers must be ankle length. Secondly, school shoes. These cannot be blacked out trainers or leather trainers sports shoes. School shoes must be polishable or patent black. Next school policy is behaviour. We expect that students follow instructions first time. It is part of our value of mutual respect, and it's important to share our belief that every child can achieve academic success and will operate in a learning environment which supports this. Students will be rewarded for showing good work, the right attitude, and supporting the academy and those around them. Equally, where the wrong choices are made, we are tough on them and ensure that there are consequences for the wrong choices. As part of our behaviour policy, students are expected to follow the Student Code of Conduct. Students will be expected to do the following: to behave in an orderly and self-controlled way, to show respect to members of staff and each other, to follow instructions at the first time of asking. In class, make it possible for all students to learn, to move quietly around the academy, to treat the building and academy property with respect, to wear the correct uniform at all times, to accept sanctions when they are given. Finally, they must refrain from behaving in a way that brings the academy into disrepute, including when outside the academy. Failure to follow the code of conduct will result in sanctions being given, and I will discuss this in the next part of the video. As part of our behaviour policy at Corby Business Academy, we also operate our behaviour system, which is used by teachers within the classroom. However, it is important to point out that this may not apply to all students, but you should be aware of the system that teachers will operate within the classroom. The first reminder is the warning used by teachers to make a student aware of their actions and the effect it is having on others. No further action is taken at this point. However, at stage 1 is where a student has not changed their behaviour that they've been warned about by the teacher. As a result, they will be moved seat within the classroom, a behaviour point will be added, and a phone call is made home by the teacher. Stage 2 is where the student's behaviour is now affecting the learning of others within the classroom, and it's something we do not tolerate at Corby Business Academy. As a result of this, they will be removed by the on-call member of staff and taken to the on-call room for the remainder of the lesson. After this, a behaviour point is added and a phone call is made home by the head of subject or the head of year. Stage 3 is where a student has refused to go to the on-call room. As a result, they'll be taken straight to isolation, where they will then spend the rest of the day. A parent meeting is then arranged by the head of year or the head of department. Stage 4 is straight removal to the isolation room for the rest of the day, where depending on the actions of the student could result in a fixed term or permanent exclusion. It is important to highlight though that although this system has clear sections, depending on the behaviour of the student could result in moving to different stages that warrant the correct consequence for their actions. This section focuses on the transition information. To help tick off those important jobs, I've listed 3 things that you should have completed. Firstly, ensure that you've completed the application for a school bus pass via the Northamptonshire County Council website, should your child require transport to and from the academy. Secondly, ensure that your child's academy uniform and academy PE kit has been ordered via Chroma Sports. Finally, ensure that your child has completed their student questionnaire. This should be completed by the 3rd of July. It's important to make you aware that the student questionnaire is used to help place your child in a tutor group. We try to ensure that every child is placed into a tutor group with at least one of the friends that they mentioned on their student questionnaire. By getting your student questionnaire in by the 3rd of July will support this process. As previously mentioned, the student questionnaire is used to help place your child in a tutor group. We are aiming to give you this information regarding which tutor group your child has been placed into by Thursday the 16th of July. In the build up to this, each week we'll be introducing different members of the Year 7 tutor team, so you'll find out a little bit about each and every one of them before finding out which tutor group you will be in September. One of the most important skills in life is reading and literacy. We are supporting this through the Corby Big Transition Read. You will receive access and information regarding this through the transition section of our website. This will be led by our school librarian, Amy Mackay. Part of this initiative will involve members of the Corby Business Academy staff producing recorded extracts from the Book of Hopes. More information will be provided in future episodes and newsletters. First instalment of our weekly feature, Meet the Tutor Team. Within the newsletters and videos, we'll be introducing a little bit about us all, so you can get to know us before you meet us in September. Firstly, Mrs. Thompson, one of our assistant principals, whose responsibilities focus on the transition of Year 6 to Year 7. Ms. Thompson is a maths teacher, and you'll find her in the upstairs office in the Make faculty or in her classroom. Ms. Thompson enjoys sports such as rugby and running, but she also enjoys reading about historical figures. However, make sure you're not chewing or rocking in your chair, as Ms. Thompson really dislikes this behaviour. Mrs. Thompson's 3 top tips for starting secondary school are: firstly, to be positive and embrace new challenges. Secondly, to be kind and a good friend to others. And finally, to remember everybody is here to help you to settle into life at Corby Business Academy. Finally, a little about me, your head of year.
I'm really looking forward to meeting you all in September and supporting you in your first year at Corby Business Academy. I myself have been teaching PE at Corby Business Academy for the past 4 years, and my passion is rugby and cricket. However, you can sometimes find me with goalkeeping gloves on or out on the golf course. I'm also extremely interested in all things related to space and space travel. However, please remember your manners, as these are extremely important. You should always remember to say please and thank you. My three top tips for starting secondary school are: firstly, to come to school organised every day. Secondly, don't be afraid to ask questions. All the staff are here to help. And finally, to help others who look like they're struggling, or let a member of staff know. You will always find me in the PE office down the PE corridor. I will also be in the mate faculty every break and every tutor time.
Finally, should you have any questions from the information received in the newsletter, on this video, or anything as part of the transition process, please use the email address to get in contact with us below. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in our next weekly video.